Talk to us just a little bit about that before we jump into the Christian motivations for exercise and movement.
Yeah, it helped me walk through this here. There's several different layers there I think would be helpful. One is on 1 Timothy 4:8. Bodily training is of some value, or some translations say of little value, which makes
Yeah.
it's a different connotation if you translate it that way.
Yep.
Godliness is a value in every way because it holds promise for the present life and for the one to come. So I would say this, that there's an asymmetry of these relationships. Sometimes Christians have erred by saying, the body is of no value. It's just the soul. It's just godliness. Now, I would say your godliness is going to be manifest in your body as well. You know, as much as we may think of the soul or the inner person as the beginning place of godliness, the New Testament is just littered with words about doing good. I mean, Jesus says, let your light so shine that others would see your good deeds, see them in your body and give glory to your Father in heaven, that they'd see you live in such a way as his image bearer. You're imaging him as you live in the world. They'd see you, and instead of giving glory to you for your washboard abs, your beach biceps, they give glory to God. So there's a use of the body that directs attention to God. So you might err by saying the body doesn't matter. And I would say that's a truncated understanding of godliness, of holiness. You might also err by saying, equal and opposite reaction. If some Christians have said the body's of no value, I'm going to shoot it right up here and say bodily training and godliness go hand in hand, and you better not diminish bodily training. I say, that's not what Paul says. Like, there is an asymmetry. The way I like to try to handle this asymmetry, and we got to acknowledge the value of each, the surpassing value of godliness, and why not have your bodily training serve your godliness? Especially if you're living in a sedentary world where we have jobs on screens. So many are not doing construction work. We're doing jobs where we're moving very little. And this is really true for pastors like me, that so much of our pastoral work is at screens or having coffee with people, having conversations, sitting in meetings. So much pastoral work is in the sitting part. And it's really helpful to supplement that with some normal levels of human activity. So one more perspective on 1 Timothy 4:8 is 1 Timothy 4:8 is talking about training. It's talking about college athletes, Olympic people who are doing an unusual amount of training. In the first century, they're all getting their 10,000 steps every day. They're walking around. Paul's making tents. Jesus is a carpenter. They have a much more active lifestyle in the first century than we do with our cars, with our planes, with our screens, with the various sedentary jobs we do. So number one is just moving our normal levels of human activity to where they should be. That's even before you talk about seeing some value in bodily training. So that would be an important perspective to bring. And I want, as a Christian, as a pastor, to see how my intentionality with voluntary physical activity for the sake of health and wellness would serve my godliness. And here's another approach to it is, would I have the kind of energy and initiative and joy in moving that when there's an opportunity to use my body to help somebody, this is called good works. Christians talk about good works.
Yeah.
That I'm ready to do that. I want to do it. I want to move. My whole inner life isn't conditioned on this idea of, let me see if I can move as little as possible. Can I always take the shortest route? Can I always get the closest parking space to the door? The human mind is able, subconsciously, to calculate minimal uses of energy. God gave us that to survive famine. I'm not living in a time of famine. I'm guessing most of your listeners aren't living in days of famine. And it's helpful to shut that famine brain off and think about how movement might be a joy in which we'd be eager to help others. When somebody needs a few extra steps from us, some lifting from us, some pushing from us, how we might use these bodies to help others. So there's one perspective on 1 Timothy 4:8. As far as the idols that you mentioned, motivations that would be not evil, just not necessarily Christian. I'd say honestly, like that's how I got back into exercise. In 2015, I felt the sense of my energy's low. The number that I see on the scale is as high as it's ever been. Something's not right there. my doctor is telling me that my cholesterol numbers are high, and a few years from now, if they're still this high, then you're going to have to be on special medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many I know are motivated by what they see in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to look better, and all the more if we're trying to project that through video, social media, all these photos that are happening so often now because we carry around the cameras and carry around video camera with us. Many motivations that are not wrong. I mean, here did I put this collar on today?
Yeah.
Threw the sweater on the outside. So I'm not trying to look my worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad motivation that we want to look decent. Now, of course, you can go to an extreme with that, be preoccupied with that, give more energy and attention to that than is helpful, than is healthy spiritually. But so many of these motivations I just mentioned, whether related to your cholesterol or how you look or having energy or lowering the number on the scale. I mean, these things are not evil motivations necessarily, but they're also not Christian motivations, particularly Christian motivations. And I'd love to have Christians who are exercising for okay reasons, add to those okay reasons some even better spiritual, God-glorifying reasons.